Hey guys, my name is Maisha Shakes, and I used to work for Kevin Hart in 2017 all the way through July of 2020. And I decided to tell some alleged stories about him. So you guys have to put two and two together. All I can do is show you my proof and the dates. That's it. Other than that, y'all come up with your own conclusion. I can't do that. But anyways, I wrote a book. It's called Truth, Lies, and Entertainment. If you're interested in reading it, it's a free book. All you have to do is click the link. Um, it says Truth, Lies, and Entertainment. You'll be taken to a Google site. And from there, you'll be able to download the book and view it for free. And it goes over my life and it goes over everything. I don't want to spoil the book, but here is something that will be in it. So in the book, you have Kevin's story with his friend JT Jackson. And guys, I will continue to reveal things that's in the book and reveal stories to make them make sense so that you guys can see what happened while I was there. So on August 17th, on August 19th, 2017, um, Kevin took a trip to Vegas with his friends and Montia. This is going over the sex tape with his friend JT Jackson and Montia and Kevin. So they go on this flight and they're in Kevin's billionaire's friend's flight, who Kevin refuses to name. And Montia said Kevin took a liking to her, and they ended up landing in Vegas, but on the plane they were like flirting, and then hours after landing, they immediately go at it. And she said this happened over the course of a 3-day weekend where they had sex with each other 3 times. So then you have right here where I wrote, not where I wrote, where I have this article. It states, on August 19th, they flew. So you have the proof there. So it's right here, August 19th. And then here you have Montia. Basically, she's here. And then um, Kevin makes an apology to his wife and his kids. But of course, he leaves out Montia. It's just like, wait, if an extortionist is calling you and they're demanding money from you in order to release a sex tape of you, why not include somebody who was in the tape that is also a possible victim? Is there something more that you allegedly know that you're just not stating? So he makes this public apology on September 16th. And then, so after he makes this apology, what the detectives is basically drawing a conclusion to, they think this. The detectives think that there was a sex tape that was being fished around to be sold, uh, to be released to the public. And the detectives thought that a social media person by the name of Fameless was the one who purchased the tape from Montia and put it out to the public. So that's where they drew their conclusion. But then everyone was still wondering, wait a minute, okay, there's the conclusion, but there's an extortionist. What is happening? We kind of got a conclusion, but we didn't get who was extorting him. What's happening? So that was the conclusion the detectives were basically making. They were like, okay, we think that Montia was selling the sex tape, possibly, allegedly. And we think that she sold it to a blogger named Fameless, allegedly. And, as far as an extortionist, they didn't name that. So here you have an email that I received, that I'm sending in the year of December 4th, 2017 at 3:15 p.m. PST, Los Angeles time. So I'm basically telling Wayne, I'm like, hey, Wayne, I say, hey, Wayne, someone named JT Jackson said Mr. Hart told him hours ago to come by the office to pick up a check. I called accounting. They said they don't have information about a check for JT Jackson. Do you by chance know anything in regards to this? And then Wayne Brown, he goes, I know who he is, but I don't know anything about him picking up a check. It's already past midnight in Paris, so he will have to wait until tomorrow when I come. It was when I talked to Kev. And I was like, sorry for disturbing you so late. He texts Mr. Hart. They're cutting the check now. Thank you. Have a good day. And this email ends December 4th, 2017 at 4:08 p.m. PST, Los Angeles time. So, oops, sorry, you guys. So then here you have on, if I zoom in, December 20th of 2017. My apologies. This is December 11th of 2017 at 10:12 p.m. My sister and I, we go to the Jumanji premiere that we were invited to, and we see JT and his wife. We had a good old time, and JT and his wife is there, and we don't even suspect nothing's going on. He's around Kevin, he's around everyone, and in order for you to be invited, you had to know someone at the premiere. So JT got invited by Kevin, and so did I and my sister. Well, I did, and I bought my sister as a guest, and I'm pretty sure JT got invited and he bought his wife. But there was others there, but it was a great time. And then, so you have right here, because they're still looking for the extortionist at this point, guys. So JT's Jackson, his home was raided on January 23rd, 2018 by investigators with the Los Angeles County's Attorney's Office and armed law enforcement. So JT, his house got raided January 23rd, 2018. Remember these dates, guys, because I'm going somewhere. Like I said, this is all alleged. I cannot say anything, but this is alleged. I'm giving you guys dates. Everybody's like, oh, she doesn't have any proof. She doesn't have any proof. Hell, the hell I do. I just need y'all to pay attention to these dates. But I can't go over a lot. I'm going to give y'all enough because I need y'all to read my book. It's free. So, January 23rd, 2018, they raid his house, right? And so when they raid his house, they took his computer and some other stuff, right? He did not go to jail that day. I think he was possibly held, but I don't know. But it didn't say he was arrested. He was probably held, but they took his computer. That's what I do know. So, right here, February, I need you guys to really pay attention to these dates. So, right here, February 28th, 2018, Kevin Hart Heartbeats taps John Chang as president of film, right? So, you have that. So then Kevin tells me, hey, Maisha, I want you to set up a meeting with my friend JT Jackson and John Chang. Because, John Chang, he came in the office. He was like flipping films fast. Heartbeat wasn't an established office. At the time, they didn't have films like that. So when John Chang came, he was like, I've never seen anybody work this fast. It was like the office went from being dead to us being a fast paced office and seeing films come in like crazy. We were in pitch meetings, like, it was crazy. So anyway, so Kevin's like, hey, have him sit down with John Chang and somebody else and whatever. So I was like, okay. So I told John, and John set up this meeting with JT Jackson. And as you can see, on March 5th, 2018, this was the movie. This is what JT bought in. And so right here is that the author and the director is Miquan Jackson, and then submitted by JT Jackson, right? So JT came into the office this day. He met with John Chang and somebody else. And then after the meeting, John Chang goes, hey, Maisha, I need you to set up a meeting with Kevin, JT, Miquan, himself, and this other person who I cannot name, to all sit down in a pitch, so a pitch meeting, but he needs Kevin to be in it. So I was like, okay. So I tell Kevin, and Kevin was like, hey, clear my schedule. So I was like, okay, cool. So I set the meeting on Kevin's schedule. That meeting never happened. Let me tell you guys why. This is why it didn't happen. So on April 27, 2018, Kevin claims to receive an extortion email on April 27, 2018. So, according to court documents, Kevin Hart claimed to have received an extortion email on April 27, 2018 from an individual demanding 20 bitcoins to prevent the release of more footage for a 2017 sex tape scandal, right? So, mind you, John Chang did not get hired until, hold on, I got notes right here, February 28th, 2018. So, JT's house was raided in January. So there was no way JT could have came in the office any time before that. Y'all, this is all alleged. And then, right here, it says from an email from Juan Carlos, it says, we have your sex tape. We also know about the blank blank for the first and last time, right? So then, right here, you then have, let me zoom in. Come on. So it says, we have your tape. We also know about the blank blank. We will inform you within a half hour of the transaction where to collect the copy, and we shall destroy the other copies we have. We promise we shall never share this with your wife or anybody else. We shall not distribute this material whatsoever. This email is a non-disclosure agreement, which that's not how that works. So I'm gonna have to, back this up, because the reason why I got to back this up a little bit is because I'm getting ahead of myself, y'all. But this is why I have to back this up a little bit. So we got to go back to when Kevin Hart apologized to his wife in September. So remember, he apologized to his wife in September 2017. So the tape was sent to her, and that's why the apology happened, and that's why he went public. And then he said there was an extortionist. She already had the tape. So now, here we are in April of 2018, April 27th, 2018. And now you have this extortionist reaching out, talking about, we have this tape, we're going to send it to your wife. She already saw it. Send it to her. We can care less. Or is this an alleged plot to make the world seem like we want to cover up a story so you won't lose your endorsements? So now I have to paint a different picture to make you guys believe, because I'm an actor, and now I gotta make you guys believe that I'm the victim when I'm really not. Y'all see how Hollywood works? If I tell a story, all I have to do to this story is get you guys to believe this story. Once I get you guys to believe this story, everything else that is harming me is gonna go away. You know what I mean? The villain be looking like the victim, y'all don't be noticing it. So then, right here, JT Jackson is arrested on April 30th, 2018. His arrest came days after an alleged extortion email was sent to his former friend, comedian Kevin. How indie? How indie? I'm just saying. Proximity, guys. This man was so very close to Kevin this entire time. He went on the Vegas trip. Then he was still around in the office. He asks to pick up a check in December 2017. Then he goes to Jumanji on December 4th. Oh, he comes to the office on December 4th, 2017. Then he goes to this premiere December 11th, 2017. Then he comes in the office in January. Then his house was raided in January 23rd, 2018. And then he meets with the president of Heartbeat on the February 28th, 2018. JT has a pitch meeting in March. You guys know where I'm going with this. This is all alleged, but the proof is there. How is Kevin still around him? This is either a keeping your enemies close, or this is something that I can't say. Y'all got to put two and two together. All I can do is give y'all what I suspect, and y'all got to put it together. So right here, this is 2021. So this is a text from JT Jackson. Pookie has a company called I Work For You. He's basically, he was, when I was there, he was the vice president of Heartbeat, and he had his own company called I Work For You. And then he had, did anything accounting for Kevin. So you could see in this email, he goes, so I'm getting ahead of myself again. So JT gets arrested, and on September 27th, 2019, the Los Angeles County District dismissed the remaining extortion charges against JT Jackson due to lack of probable cause, because they didn't have enough probable cause to stick those charges. So then, on April 21st, 2021, Kevin's lawyer sent JT a proposal to have all the charges against JT dropped. And then in July of 2021, Kevin and his company entered into a confidentiality agreement with JT. Allegedly. This is all allegedly. And then 2021, 22, and 23, according to JT, him and Kevin had numerous conversations in an effort to help find JT Jackson work. How indie. If somebody extorted me, y'all think I'm going to be helping them out? Y'all think I'm going to be helping find them work? I don't think so. That's not how it works. I don't think so. Mm-mm. You came from my family, and you think I'm going to help you out, and that you're going to still be around me? That's not how this works. So y'all, put the puzzle together. Put the puzzles together. Because the pieces of what y'all been fed ain't adding up. So y'all is getting this story from somebody who actually worked there during this time. And if y'all like this story that much, I will tell y'all about the car accident story. And I will show you guys proof of that too. Because I got it. Not only do I have this in my book, but when I show you and I tell you, I can explain it better and I can show you better than what's in the book. Because I got actual proof. Allegedly. So anyways, so we're here, 2021, after I read all of that. So this is a text message between Pookie Wigington and JT Jackson. He goes, like I told Dante, when we spoke, all I have left is clearing my name, bro. Which all I'm focused on right now, and I'm going to right now, and going to happen regardless, with or without Kevin. That's my end game at the end of the day. That being said, again, so we are all on the same page and not wasting time and going back and forth because someone may not understand why this and why that. I wrote my explanation in full detail as into why I'm in hopes Kevin is cool with my revision as well, as into why it's important regarding how it's delivered. Hopefully we will see my point when you are done reading my email so that you, so we're there, right? And then, sorry guys, I can barely see. This is so little. And then it said, I don't know when this was sent. It said, that being said, so that we are on the same page, and not wasting time and going back and forth because someone may not understand why this, why that. I wrote an explanation in full detail. I think I just wrote this, blah, 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 blah. And then it says, oh, I did just read that. And then it says, hopefully you can see my point when you are done reading this email so that you can understand my reasoning behind how this statement should be delivered. So you can shoot me over an email address so that I can send you what I wrote in regards to what everyone discussed. And then Pookie puts understand something ext it, and then it's easier for me. So then right here you have Exhibit C, page 17. This is the confidentiality agreement. It says confidential settlement agreement and email. Confidential settlement, mutual. I can't read, guys. Please bear with me right now. Confidential settlement agreement and mutual release. And they entered into this settlement. It looks like it was June 21st, 2021. And it was between Heartbeat, Kevin Hart, and blah 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 and JT Jackson. And then it shows what it was in there in this settlement. So that's what you have there. And then right here you have the court before it went into arbitration. So around the time when I went on Tasha K's show, JT came out and he tried to allegedly sue Kevin for I don't millions and millions of dollars. I don't fucking know. Oh, sorry, I don't know. So some millions of dollars, and Kevin put it into arbitration because JT was releasing a lot of stuff. He was revealing a lot, and everybody was shocked. He was releasing a lot, and if y'all paid attention to it, it was juicy. And Kevin was like, "Public ain't gonna get no more juice because I'm about to fool y'all and put this entire case into arbitration." And then it went quiet. So now we don't hear anything because we don't know anything anymore. Um, so yeah, so here's the case, and here's what JT was suing him for. It was basically for breach of contract, but it went into arbitration because he said that Kevin didn't make that statement verbatim when he was in his vehicle. So therefore, Kevin broke the contract. And I know that the judge had made Kevin pay JT's arbitration fees allegedly. Allegedly. So then you have Exhibit C. I cannot see this, and it's showing blurry, and I am so sorry, guys. I can't read it, guys. It's blurry. I'm old. I can't see. You would think I would have the slide somewhere else. And then I think that this is just the same settlement agreement, and that's it. So, guys, that's all I have. If you guys found that interesting, if you found it good, put in the comments. Let me know if you would like me to share more stories. Like I said, I wrote a book. It's called Truth, Lies, and Entertainment. It's a free book. Guys, I've been through an abusive relationship all while working at Heartbeat. When I tell you guys I was getting my butt whooped on by a man, and I did not leave. I stayed, and no matter what, I stayed. And also, I was getting abused at work. The reason why I use the word abused is because I was working all these overtime hours and they weren't paying me for it. They would tell me, you can do X, Y, and Z, but we not giving you money for this. And the proof is in the emails, it's in the phone calls. Like, I worked it, pay me. But, you know, they would tell me in person, hey, we're not paying you this and here's why. So I call that abuse as well, because how everything was handled. There's a lot that I cannot say in the book, but I said enough to get my readers to understand what I was going through. And, it was just a lot. And then I go over the car accident as well. And if you guys would like for me to go over that too, I can go over that too. And Another thing I went over is the alcohol thing, and then I gave my reason as to why it was important for me for Kevin to, instead of allegedly having someone else take this fault of this accident, allegedly, I wished he would have been a man and, lived in his truth. It's like, you are brave enough. You got to be brave too. If you dish it, you got to be able to take it. Sometimes you got to be the villain. You can't always be you got to be the villain in your own story if you did the crime. You understand what I mean? So covering it up every so often, it undigs itself. You can only cover a crime so long until somebody finds the evidence. I'm not saying this is a crime, allegedly. I'm just saying you can only hide evidence. I didn't say a crime, my bad. Let's back this up. You can only hide evidence so long until someone uncovers it. Once someone uncovers your evidence and finds your prints all over it, there it is. Boom. Caught. So anyways, but if you guys would like for me to go over the car accident, I'm more than happy to go over that. If you guys loved or like this, please hit the like button, and then subscribe if you can. And if I get more people subscribing and liking my video, I will release the car accident video. And I will show you guys all the proof. And then if you guys would even love it to where I would show you where I actually will go into everything and show you guys a bit of a surprise, just let me know. And I will go ahead and post it on my story. But if you guys can, please read my book. I did not edit my book. I couldn't proofread it either. It was a lot of my emotions going in and a lot of stuff that I didn't put in there, work-wise and relationship-wise, mom-wise, but it's a lot. But I went through a lot while working there, and I'm hoping to touch anybody who's been in an abusive relationship, anybody who has mental health issues, anybody who is struggling mentally, anybody who has been struggling with alcohol or anything like that. I am hoping to touch the hearts of you guys, and I really hope that my book helps someone, because this is something that was hard for me to write, and I really hope it touches somebody. And like I said, if you want me to go over the car accident story, I will. But you guys have to like and subscribe. If you like and subscribe, I will go over everything. But please download my book. Like I said, it's free and it has evidence in there. It has proof. But all this is alleged. You didn't get it from me. You didn't hear it from me. Matter of fact, this is AI. It ain't me. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Or good night if you're listening at a different time. It's nighttime here. So that's why I'm sleepy. I got no makeup on. I'm about to snatch this ponytail off my head. Bye, guys.